Yeah, well, it really feels good to be able to do some real work with our guys in the summertime. It's just it's a real treat, and seeing how this is our first time, I was actually surprised by how well the guys have responded. So it's been a lot of fun. I wish we had a place that was a little cooler, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah. So going to Europe means that you guys get to have this practice time, right? It's kind of valuable. Huh?
That's right. We get 10 practices leading up to the trip. Along with we get 2 hours a week to work out with them, which is a new NCAA rule. But having the full-on practice is such a benefit, because we can really work on some stuff. And now what my job is now is to get these guys in shape without overworking them.
I know that this is a pretty close team, but going overseas and being together the whole time, what does that do chemistry-wise?
I think you're right. You're absolutely right. We have good chemistry on this team, and it showed last year, and it showed. It's even been shown in the spring when we were working out. But I think that going over to overseas and playing some really hard teams is going to help us mentally when it comes to the tough games. I mean, I look back on the games we lost by 5 points or less, and there must be 6 or 7 of them. And I'm hoping that this trip will help us win more of those games.
Obviously, the question everybody wants to know is, how do you replace a guy like Jared Cunningham?
Yeah, and that's easy. You don't replace him. You don't replace him. What we have to do is we have to understand that, and then realize that what we need to replace aren't his points, aren't his steals, it's his leadership. So we've got a couple of seniors and a couple of more veteran players that I think we can at least start trying to fulfill that role sooner rather than later.
What do you expect from a guy like Roberto Nelson this year?
He's got a lot on his shoulders, because he's going to be, whether people want to or not, they're going to compare him to Jared, because he's going to be the most likely person to replace him in the lineup. And he has to understand that there's a lot on his shoulders. So that means harder work. That means I'm going to be on him more. That means that his teammates are going to be relying on him more. So, it's a good thing. It's good for his development.
The other guy who people are expecting a lot from is Daniel Gomez, right?
Yeah, I think people will be surprised by Daniel. I think that he brings something that he brings some things that we didn't have last year. First and foremost, he's a very tough-minded player. And then secondly, he's a very good defender, post defender. So I'm looking forward to getting him on the court.
Look like his leg's perfectly fine now?
No, it's not perfectly fine, but he's able to go through practices. And, he's not quite 100%, but he's able to practice, and he's holding his own.
Last thing here, what did you see from the freshmen?
The freshmen have been a pleasant surprise. They're handling the work of being in a college practice better than I thought they would. I thought they would crumble like most freshmen do the first week and almost be ready to go home. But these guys they're very high basketball IQ guys, so they're figuring out the stuff as we go, and then as they get into college shape, they're going to be even better.
Great.